Okay, let me ask you something. Imagine you had to say goodbye to your partner. You both go off, travel to opposite ends of a continent, totally alone, no way to get in touch. Then, months later, you have to find each other again, at the exact same spot, within just a few days of each other. If you miss that window, you might never see them again. Sounds pretty impossible, right?
I mean, how would you even begin to solve that puzzle? We're talking no GPS, no phone calls, not even a quick, "Hey, I've landed" text. It's just this unspoken promise to meet back at home. And yet, this is exactly what billions of birds do every single year during their migration. They are, without a doubt, the masters of the world's most extreme long-distance relationships. So the big question is, how? How in the world do they pull off this incredible reunion against all odds? Well, let's dive in and find out.
All right, so let's break down this impossible reunion. The challenge these bonded pairs face is just staggering. They often spend the winter in totally different places, sometimes thousands of miles away from each other. And to get back together, they have to travel completely on their own and show up at the exact same spot at pretty much the exact same time. And the stakes here are incredibly high. It's not just about finding the same territory or nest. They have to get there within a super narrow time window, because if one of them is too late, the other one might have already paired up with someone else. And that's all before you even consider the biggest challenge, just surviving the incredibly dangerous journey to even have a shot at this reunion. So the question is, how on earth do they sync up? I mean, we're talking about two birds, hundreds, maybe thousands of miles apart. How do they manage to time their arrival so perfectly? Well, the first part of the answer is all about timing.
So the biggest cue is something that affects them all, the length of the day. As the days start getting longer in the spring, it literally flips a switch in their brains. This kicks off a bunch of hormonal changes that basically scream, "It's time to go." And because this happens pretty much everywhere, it gets birds all over the globe heading north at roughly the same time.
But it gets even more precise. You see, individual birds are surprisingly consistent. A bird that leaves early one year is probably going to be an early migrant every year. So if you have a pair of early birds, their internal clocks are already more likely to be in sync. That gives them a way better shot at showing up at the nest right around the same time.
Okay, so now we know when they leave. But, that's only half the battle, right? The other huge question is, how do they know where to go? Well, it turns out they have this absolutely incredible built-in toolkit for navigation. Think of it like a built-in GPS, but way more complex. For the really long-distance part of the trip, they're using compass cues, the sun, the stars, even the Earth's magnetic field. Then, as they get closer to home, they switch to these mental maps, recognizing landmarks like rivers or coastlines. And for that final, crucial stretch, they often use a homing beacon, which is actually the male's unique song, guiding his partner right to their exact spot. All right, so we've talked about the how, the incredible mechanics of their journey. But what does that moment of reunion, what does it actually look like? This is where the science gets really, really cool, and we get to see something truly powerful. Let's take the osprey, for example. The male, he usually gets back to the breeding grounds first. And he doesn't just sit around waiting. No way. He gets right to work, fixing up last year's nest, basically getting the house ready for his partner's big arrival. And then, when she finally shows up on the horizon, after her own solo journey of thousands of miles, wow, the welcome she gets is just breathtaking. He greets her with these spectacular aerial displays, sometimes carrying a fish as a gift, and just calling out loudly. It's this pure, amazing celebration that they found each other again. And get this, they often mate within just a few hours. I mean, think about that. After months apart, after facing down incredible dangers, their powerful bond is reestablished almost instantly. It just goes to show you how strong and efficient their partnership really is. But of course, with such a high-stakes journey, it doesn't always have a happy ending. What happens when the timing fails? Well, if one partner is seriously delayed, or worse, doesn't make it back at all, the survivor will often find a new mate. Life has to go on, right? But what's interesting is that these new pairings are often less successful in that first year. They just don't have that coordinated rhythm that an established couple has, which makes the whole parenting thing a lot harder. Now, the osprey story is absolutely incredible, but believe me, they are not alone. All across the world, you can find examples of bird fidelity that are just, well, they're jaw-dropping.
Okay, let's talk about the world champion of long-distance relationships, the Arctic tern. This little bird flies from the Arctic to the Antarctic and back every single year. We're talking a round trip of about 44,000 miles. And even after that insane journey, they come back to the exact same spot to find the exact same partner.
And then you have the albatrosses. These birds can wander the open ocean for years at a time, completely alone. But when it's time to breed, they somehow navigate back to the same tiny spot on the same remote island, find their partner, and perform this beautiful, complicated duet dance that's totally unique just to them. It's like their own secret handshake, their way of saying, "Yep, it's you, I remember."
So you have to wonder, why go through all this trouble? Why not just stick together year-round? Well, it all comes down to a classic evolutionary trade-off. You've got your resident birds, like cardinals, who get the benefit of constant companionship, but the challenge for them is surviving a tough winter with not much food. On the other hand, you have the migratory birds. They get the huge benefit of chasing the summer and having access to food all year, but they have to face the immense danger of that journey. For them, the calculation is simple. The reward of raising their young in a paradise full of food with a partner they know they can count on is worth the incredible risk it takes to get there. So when you think about it, a creature that weighs less than a slice of bread is crossing the entire globe for its partner. What does that teach us about the power of a bond? I mean, yeah, their success is built on this amazing mix of instinct, timing, and navigation, but at the end of the day, it's all driven by a connection so powerful, it can pull two tiny beings together from opposite ends of the earth.